Okay, checking audio. 1, 2, 3. Okay, sounds good to me. I guess we will get started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Discourage of Hesitancy, where we are building a game with no game engine. From scratch, limited myself to 4 dependencies. We are building on OpenGL and TrueType fonts and font rendering and port audio for sound and GL math for our math library. That's all. And with that, today we are going to add, we're going to finish adding cursor position to our text edit, given that our text now has wrapping and multi-line text. So that is what we will be working on. Okay, so while you get your beverage of choice ready for the day, talk a little bit about what we're doing. I had an idea last night, but not all my ideas in the middle of the night are any good. So I'll talk you through that just a little bit. What we're doing right now is, as we walk through the text, building up our vertex buffer, is we are adding a cursor position to an array for every letter we walk over. And that way, later on, as long as the text isn't being actively edited, the cursor position is easily computed while the text is static, right? It's just a lookup in an array. So that's always going to be fast. And even when you're editing text, like the human input rates, it's going to spend most of its frames not being changed. So cursor position, we will keep that way. And my thought was, instead of filling in cursor position as we laid out our text, instead I'd wait until the text was all laid out and then blaze through it one time, finding the new positions for the cursor for every character. And I thought for a little bit in my sleepy state that this was a good idea. But I don't think it is, because the only information I have about each character is the texture quad corners themselves. And what that means is I will have to keep track for every single character as well the glyph top and left offsets, because each letter is not written in exactly the same place. They are often offset by some pixels. We have to keep track of that. And then where the word wraps, we might not be able to tag to that very easily. So to get the baseline position of each character in a line, I think we need to keep doing it the way we're doing. I just need to slow down and work my way through the problem one piece at a time. We got pretty close on the horizontal cursor positions last time, and the vertical is okay as long as it's aligned to the top. It is off if we center our text or bottom align our text. So we're going to keep working on the horizontal text alignment. I have an idea or two there to try out. And yeah, we're just going to work through it. This is just bookkeeping. It's just keeping track of all the numbers. So this isn't rocket science. It's just going to be a long, slow process of working our way through the problem one step at a time, keeping track of the numbers. Once we're done with that, we may revisit the long word wrap breaking. I think I have a hack that will work for now. I bet most words do not have a long word wrap problem. We have to manufacture that problem ourselves. So, with that said, I think our plan is pretty well laid out. So, we're going to continue finishing the TextEdit Cursor so that it tracks the characters correctly. Then we'll fix the fact that the cursor doesn't blink. That makes me sad. Then we'll fix the cursor so that it's clipped to our rectangle, which is back to shaders. Once we get those done, I think we'll be done with text for quite a while. If I look at our to-do, that is sad. Text trap support for long words. We may come back and try this if we have time. So that's the plan. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to stream of consciousness this stuff. As I work. Okay. All right. So what we have to do then is go to text. I think this more or less works. The last line needs its adjustment, and that works fine. Okay, here. Okay, two things I need to look at. When we hit a new line, there are 3 different kinds of new line characters. In good old Linux, it's just a new line character. On a Mac, it's the carriage return character. This goes back to the teletype days. If anybody's interested, I talked about it yesterday. I can go over it again. If it's a new line character, and if we're in Windows, it can also be a new line followed by carriage return, which is historically what it used to be during the old teletypes, right? Paper tape days. But you know, this is just the world we live in. So, one thing we would have to do is this. This is one thing we have failed to do. Each character, this thing and this thing we want inside here. We're going to increment our index and save a copy, basically. If our first line is new line and our second character is carriage return, then we advance the index, that's fine, but we also weren't saving this index problem. Which also means TextEdit cpp move cursor left and right. It should check and see if it's one of these new line carriage return instances. So let's add that note in here. If new line same thing here. Basically, we don't want carriage return new line to take 2 keystrokes to get over. We want to take 1 keystroke to go over both characters. Okay, so that's one issue we were running into. Another issue I think has to do with this function. At the end of all text, we go through this index inclusively. But I don't think here we do. So well, let's just run it and see what we look like. Refresh our minds on where we left off. Hopefully this cursor last pass today won't take us too long. Okay. So move everything to the top. We're not doing vertical alignment yet. So these character positions cursor positions seem reasonable if there's no multi-lines. Here, yeah, that worked. Okay, so text alignment on the horizontal was related to that index issue, so that's odd. But horizontal position works great. Our cursor does not clip, but it is working. Good. This is our text wrapping. So that all seems to be working. Okay. Center our text. That works. I mean, clearly we need to add some when do we update the cursor types of updates. Oh, interesting. That is wrong. I don't know why. So here's IS colon, our new line character is throwing us off. Interesting. This one is off by a character, and I don't know why. Oh. Well, shoot. That did not fix all of our problems. Something's happening at the ends of lines. But never at the end of text. Never get involved in the land war in Asia, period. That looks like about the right place to end. It is the colon. Dang it. Okay, so we still got some issues to work through. But that's where we're at. These are the kinds of things we would need to track down. And the only problems seem to happen at the ends of lines. Right there. This one's just off. I don't know what's going on here. And the auto wrap definitely has some issues. And of course, right alignment works fine if there's nothing else going on. Oh, that one jumped. That's not right. Jumped big time. Okay. It's always at the end of the line. I think it's gotta be in here. This one always works fine. You know what? Let's try an experiment. Let's not go inclusive. The only place we do is the last line where we just add one. Let's try that. Maybe we're going over the length. Right, let's go back to the top. We're not playing with vertical alignment yet. Again, no word wrap, so this one looks fine. Okay, that one looked okay. That one looks okay. One of the classic blunders, the most famous of which is never get involved in a land war in Asia. That looks okay. Although we should capitalize Asia probably, huh? I also kind of want to eventually do this, but we're not going to yet. Okay, so that'll be fixed next time. This one, home, you killed. Oh, that works okay. Prepare to die. Stop saying that. Okay. Center. Home. That looks fine. Home. Nope, there's jump. It did it again. There it is. And the last one looks fine. Shoot. There's a jump, most famous of which is it jumps backwards. Never get involved in a land war in Asia. Did I not capitalize Asia? Did I not compile? Maybe I didn't compile. Jumped there. Okay. So maybe I didn't compile. Why is that not capitalized? Let's do a full clean and debug, I guess. Make sure we're getting the changes in. It's capitalized and I have saved this file. look up. Okay. Question first. I should. There we go. Okay, so I'll look okay. Boom. It's hard to tell exactly where Blenders ends, but it did not jump. Involved in a landmark in Asia. There's a capital A there now. I looked okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's all it seems to be working now. Increase character spacing so that it wraps on killed instead of you. Yeah, that all looks okay. Okay, I think we fixed that. So horizontal is done. Is that correct? I believe that is correct. Let's go add in that test I wanted to do. Oh, darn it, cleaned again. This is where we want to add to the text edit, detecting whether we're stepping over a new line carriage return or not. Which we want to do in one step, not two. So I guess the moral of the story is you have to treat the end of your text differently from every other new line character when you're centering the line horizontally. Oh, we didn't check center, did we? We should check that too. And right align. I feel like with word wrapping, it did something strange to my cursor positions. I have a task. No precompiled headers. If we move this one up, I'm getting tired of this clean debug issue. Don't have to clean as often as I do. Okay, sandbox, put everything at the top. Okay, so here, Philip's in one of the classic blunders, the most famous of which is new line, carriage return. Yep, I have to hit the arrow twice to walk over that, but it is all in the correct position. So that's as expected. Text edit. Okay, if m_text dot text at index equals a new line and index less than m_text dot text dot length -1 and m_text dot text index +1 equals carriage turn. This is actually backwards. This is in right. We're moving right. So we're moving right, we add. Then we check. That all is true, we add, and then we clamp it. This case is similar, but it is the inverse. Where we subtract 1, then we would be looking at R, and index is greater than 0. So we're moving to the left, and we need to see if we have an R preceded by \n. One keystroke should move us the rest of the way. Best remember length in this thing. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Top. Okay, that works. This is the one we're most interested in right now. So after this colon, I should only have to hit the arrow key once to go to the next line. Yep, and coming back, it is, moving left, we need to subtract. Do exactly what I did as soon as I hit that. So we're adding 1 every time we try to subtract 1. No good. The cursor will not move. You add 1 and subtract 1 in the same action. All right, sandbox. Classic blenders, the most famous of which is colon. New line and carriage return. 1 keystroke. Good. Coming back. 1 keystroke. Perfect. Okay, good. So that's all nice. Oh. So let's test centered text. Go to our home, so we go to the start of the line, and that works fine. Home looks okay. We hit the period, and it jumps. Dang, nabbit. Hit the question mark, and it jumps. That one works. Blenders jumps big time. This one jumps big time. Last line does not. This one is just completely wrong. It's like whenever we center things, it does not understand what to do. Okay. Clearly still some issues. When we apply Do a little save of our work here so we can always come back to this point. Text edit cursor. That's good. Positioning if top left aligned. I think that's all we can really say there. There are obvious issues when we center. So let's take a look at what we do when we center. Line horizontally. Now, left is the easiest case. Center moves the text by some amount. Right moves the text by some amount. Easy enough to understand. We moved every vertex by the same amount, and then we move every cursor offset by the same amount. I don't see a problem with that. This is obviously the easiest one. Delta x is 0, so no change really happens here. Okay. I think I can see one issue. Let's say our line is empty, which means that there are cases where this would come in at -1 as an invalid character. Is that true? The first character in the line first character in the line, okay, so maybe that's not true. Okay, good. Okay. We don't want to log a million things, so stir in compare text object, text to actual thing, and I want to make sure we're looking at only one of these. Look at my name is. We only need to really go like 4 characters in, 6 characters in. Compare the first 6 characters. Quads from something to something non-inclusive, and chars something to something non-inclusive, which is start quad index, stop quad index, start char index, stop char index. By dx. Let's try that. Let's take it for test drive. Okay. Quad 0 to 31, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 non-inclusive. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces. There's 1 space at the end. So that maps out okay. And we're left aligned, so it doesn't matter. So we're mapping our quads and our chars correctly, I think. (30 to 52). 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That is indeed 22 letters apart. 2 quads, and then we had spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. That still says 0. Okay, so it is not updating this correctly. This should be 37. 37 should be the start character. So when we wrap, we did not update the character's position. That is a big part of the problem. Quads 52, 52. Characters 63 to 64. So character 63 is this new line character here. Okay. So a wrap needs to also update the new thing. Okay. So when we test for wrapping, here, this one, finds first char, we've got to add this update. Char index equals last known wrappable, character index. That will fix some of our issues with the last text object. Top line. Okay. Yep, that looks better. Come over here, home. You killed my father, prepare to die. Stop saying that. Okay. Center. Now when we go home, that is not weirdly offset. Good. You killed father, prepare to die. There, big jump. So maybe word wrap is okay now. This one is not centered. This cursor position is not centered. Yeah, that's a problem. No, now it is. Oh, no, it's not. Stop saying that. Okay. So what that means is our expected jump at the end of lines that aren't wrapping. Okay. One last thing, let's increase our character spacing so it wraps somewhere else and make sure. Yeah, wrapping looks fine now. It's the new line characters we're dying on. Interesting. And empty lines. Okay. So on a word wrap, we're fine. On a new line, we are not. Interesting, interesting. Align the line horizontally up to the current index. Save this position as the new first character and quad in a line. Update our X, update our Y. Those all get reset. Last known pre-wrappable max X, which is 0. Are we using this? Now I can't remember what we do with this. There we are. So new lines are not getting the right thing somehow. We bump index, consume both characters if we have to, and that works fine. It's this line here. Let's load some more information here. Log note. New line char. Oh, let's see here. Align line horizontally. Text. word wrap. And new line. So basically, we will know the reason for every line wrap in that text. So my name is, this is word wrap. And whoa, oh, top. There we go. That's this one on killed. Yeah, that's the right position. Prepare to die. This is a new line, which is this one. Oh, that looks okay. Yep. And so does this one. But when we center, here's the word wrap. And hopefully that one looks okay. Prepare to die. Huge jump. So this new line is way off, doing something bizarre. And this one is way off as well. Is this our problem? If the next line says align yourself horizontally and it grabs the wrong byte, the wrong index, that should consume the character. Top, center. Okay. So here's our word wrap. We get a new line. Here's a word wrap. Here's the first new line, and it's way off, and so is that one. Did I compile it? It looks like I did. Okay. Center. So this is this one. Correct. Prepare to die. Incorrect. Okay, so that's definitely not right. Oh, wait. I'm not actually sure what needs to go there. Because following a new line, we might not have a quad or a char. So the next character could be another new line. So this is probably okay here. This line, though, I think it's suspicious. Line's first quad index. I think this has to be -1. Which we will pass in. That is fine. So if we get a character, we get a printable character. If line's first character index equals -1, or is less than 0, line's first, nope, quad index equals our current quad index. Until we go to quad, there's nothing to do. So when we there's another check we'll have to add there. If start quad index is greater than or equal to greater than or equal to 0. We don't have a quad, we can't do that. Let's take a look. What do we get? Sandbox. Top center. This line is this set of 4 wrapping lines. Home. You killed my name is Victoria. You killed. That's position correct. My father. Prepare to die. Nope. Way off. Way off. And I've built this. Every time I don't see changes, when I've made changes, it makes me suspicious. Oh, we're re-embedding all the assets. Well, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. It doesn't take that long. Sandbox. Center, top. There we go. Okay. Prepare to die. Big jump. $37 to $63. There's no valid quad to offset here, so it should just fail. And the last line is still correct. Okay, so new lines are still clearly killing us. But only new lines. What is it about new lines that's messing me up here? Okay. Top center. A little bit easier to read. $63. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 11, 12, 13, 14, 5, 6, 37. You get 29, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. 63. Hold on. Here is a difference. When we wrap, there is a space after the D in killed. When we hit this period, there is no space, there is only a new line character. Therefore, the new line character which also, let's see here, come to here is big jump. That's because yeah. Okay. We don't want to consume the index. And let's see here. Int index offset equals -1. Index offset goes down another one. Plus index offset. So in other words, we don't. Now we can make it positive, I guess, which makes this slightly more readable. We're going to move backwards 1 or 2 characters and not change the cursor offset of this character. I think we try that. Sandbox top center home. Okay. Nope. One could argue that is worse. Or how about this then? What if this is more like the end of text alignment where we do have to consume that extra character? Both of those are possibilities. I've proven that the first one was wrong. Let's try this. Sandbox top center. Correct. We didn't change anything with that one. New line. Big jump. Oh, this one is different though. This cursor position should be centered. I think I like 1.25 line spacing. Where to Jai. Jump, big jump. Okay. So it's happening in here. These two lines. That's where the issue is. And I do think we have to include this character. Line horizontally. Here we are. Not this one. This one. For each character from the start to there, to this, to that. So on this one, it's a new line reason for breaking. We got a new line at character 64. That's fine. Well, 63. We're going to say go to 64, so it includes the new line in the realignment. Yeah, so we don't add anything to our Y until after we've done all this processing. So the new lines can stay on the line above. That's fine. I mean, we can log way more information than we want. A lot of chars. It's 30 lines, 30 characters, almost. That's one character. We do it? We do it? Yes, we do. This is exposition only. Let's just simplify things a little bit here so we don't get too lost with too long. It's a different function. We don't have this value, so compute it once if do long. Okay. So if we're logging things, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many characters have we indented here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go in 6. Character D is this from somewhere to somewhere. So our index underscore text dot text at our index from where we initially set it to where we want to put it. And the last thing is we need to catch new line characters. Is this equal to new line character? Oh. If it is, mark it somehow. Otherwise, we'll just use the character itself. Just put a backslash for a new line from somewhere to somewhere else, and we'll see what those values look like. Inside my text object here. Where that is my string. It's happening in new line. That isn't happening anywhere else. Okay, sandbox, top center. Okay. Word wrap. We align the line horizontally. We just move everything -5. I guess that's my new line character. Oh wait, no. Okay, this is the last one. So we word wrap. You killed space. New line. We got a new line character. Therefore, we go from my father. We move it 146 pixels. That all seems to be normal numbers. To the end of this new line, which looks correct. This number looks right. But then we can assume this one and this one. Okay. Going to 64, which includes our new line, which we do want. So then we have to adjust our first character to be more advanced. Is that it? Line's first character index, +1. We could cheat. Because index gets re-incremented. We could do this. Lines first chart index 0. We can follow a similar pattern here. For this mess, if lines first character index is less than 0, lines first character index equals our new index. Now, this one we just reset to -1 and it'll pick up the new index correctly. This one has to do with the wrappable character, so that's fine. Let's see if that fixes some things. Okay. 63, 64, 65. Okay, so that's what looks like much more promising. Go from the start of line to the word wrap point. Prepare to die. Oh, good. Oh, and that's even centered. End of. Yes, I think we have it. Other prepare to die. Yes. And that is right aligned. Oh, good. If we change the wrapping completely, they all should work. Oh, good. Okay, let's go up to this one. Fell victim to one of the classic blunders, the most famous of which is one key press causes a wrap. And that is true. No land word in Asia. Okay, those all look correct now. I think we've beat it. Phew, okay. Yep, the line's still there. Okay. So one thing we need to do, I think this is it. This is fixed as far as horizontal. So quit. We remove an awful lot of log statements. Do log. Okay. Get status. Yep. Get add everything. Get commit action. Cursor. exposition working in all horizontal, can't spell, horizontal alignments. Phew, now we just need to do the Y, which I think is actually the easier one. I think. Where we compute our delta Y, here. We do some math to figure out what our delta Y is. Then over the full character index, we should so offset to top is we move everything down by the height of one character height from baseline. Oh no. Looks like my internet died. Try and bring that back up.